Hey guys, Lautagro here. Today I have a very unique video proposed for you guys. So, as you can see, this is a G-Shock 35th anniversary edition box. And this is how the box looks. It says 35th with a bunch of stars on top and G-Shock in the middle and anniversary at the bottom. And at the side, again, you can see the 35 with 2 stars. And then you have the Eric Hayes design, like his signature over here. And this is the DW-5735D, which is based on the original DW-5700 series, which was released back in the, I think, late 80s. And this is the MRP for the Indian market, which is around 9,995 rupees. And this was packed on this 7th month of 2018. So that's the exterior of the box. As you can see, it's a bit damaged because this is a very old box. It's currently 6 years old. I bought it like a couple of years ago, but I haven't unboxed it. So let's get started. The box opens like this, and you can see the embossed 35th anniversary logo on the other side of the cardboard as well. And on the inside, this is what you get. First up, we have the G-Shock 2 years international warranty card over there. International warranty card, 2 years warranty. And then conveniently they've stamped no exchange, because I bought this watch in 2020, late 2020, around November 2020, but this was on sale since 2017, 2018 in India. So it just sat there for around 2-3 years and no one bought it. So no wonder why they have put no exchange over here. Okay, put that to the side. And then this is the price tag of the watch. And then we have the international warranty regulations inside. And then we have this: register your product online, Casio India. And then this is the user manual, and this is the module number. It's the 3229 or 3421 module, and this is the user manual. Many G-Shocks across price ranges use this module, but this watch, as I told you earlier, is unique. Okay, this is the bill. And then again on the inside we have another 35th anniversary logo designed by Eric Hayes, printed right on top. Then if we peel this back or move this back, this is the tin inside. Put this box to the side so we can take a closer look at the tin. It's very cold to the touch because it's made of stainless steel. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divots or indents on the top. And we have the G-Shock 35th anniversary logo by Eric Hayes pressed in on the front. And on the sides we have this 35th anniversary G-Shock, and it's all white, black and white and black again. And at the back we have a few codes. I don't know what they mean. Probably something important, or maybe not. So I'll put all of this to the side so we have a clearer view. And wow, look at that. This is the watch. A first look at the DW-5735. Look at that. This is also known as the round square because it is a square which is also round. So that was just a joke. So usually G-Shock squares, they're square in design. Like if you cover this up, it's square all around. But what this watch does is the square part is in the middle, and all around it you have this raised bezel, and the dial or the face is inset. This doesn't have a dial because it's a full digital watch. And there you go. The lettering is all in yellow or gold, and the most prominent feature of this watch is, of course, the face. It has this metal screen underneath the LCD, like right underneath the LCD, which gives this sunburst polished effect. Like when you turn the watch, holding it to the light, you can see that it's spinning, the spinning mirror effect. And this is how the watch is placed. They have this cushion inside and another cushion to hold the watch in place. The buttons are all in metal, gold plated, gold iron plated. So are the screws. And wait till you see this. I'm gonna open this. It says 35th anniversary, 3 stars on top, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars at the bottom. And this is the clasp and the buckle. It says Casio Thailand because this was assembled in Thailand. And this is the most important part of the watch, which I was telling you about. This whole watch is made out of metal. Other G-Shocks, you will see it's made completely out of resin or carbon fiber reinforced resin, such as the new watches with the carbon core guard technology. But this is how the original G-Shocks, such as the DW-5735 were made. There you go. This is the metal case, which is iron plated in black. And this are those scratches? No, wait. They have put a sticker on top of this. This is the back plate, which has the G-Shock 35th anniversary logo by Eric Hayes on it. As usual, there are 3 stars at the top and 5 stars at the bottom. And this is, of course, a DW-5735D. It's a stainless steel watch. It's made in Japan. That's strange. So the watch is made in Japan, but probably only the buckle and the tongue and the clasp part over here, that is made in Thailand. But this is a made in Japan watch because it doesn't mention any other country over here. And as you can see, because it's been kept in storage for such a long time with this, probably the styrofoam packaging, it started to discolor a bit, which is concerning, but I'll give it a wash and I'll let you guys know if it fixes it in another video. So yeah, that's it. At the very front it says shock resist on top, protection underneath that, and this is the adjust button mentioned over here, and this is the mode button, and then we have the alarm on button, and then there's the light button. And on the face itself it says very few things, such as alarm chronograph, Casio beneath it, start stop, and then we have the day, the date and month, and then we have the time with the seconds. It says lithium, shock resist, water resist 20 bar, and at the very bottom it says G-Shock and water resistant again. So let's just cycle through the functions. First up, we have the normal timekeeping, which we just came from, and this is the alarm mode. This is the timer. This is the stopwatch, and that's it. It's a very basic but very high quality G-Shock. I bought this watch for around, as I told you, not the 10,000 rupees price tag which was mentioned. I got this for a killer deal, like a very good deal for around 7,000 rupees, which at the time was about $100. Nowadays these watches go for upwards of $200 or $250. So that's immediately 2 or 2.5 times the original investment I made in this watch. But I don't buy these watches to sell them later. I buy these watches so I can wear them and to keep them in my collection. And this is a very high quality timepiece. I'm not sure about the band, but when I first got this watch, I was impressed. I was blown away by the quality of the resin. It's very supple, very flexible, as you can see. Look at that. It's incredibly flexible. And there are some homages to the original G-Shock, which was made in 1983, such as these like divots or indents in the resin case, and also these what do you call, I think I'll call them cutouts at the side of the bezel, which invoke the original G-Shock from 1983. So this, let's go through how you adjust the watch. This is the adjust button. As you can notice, these three buttons, the mode button, the light button, and the alarm or start stop button, are jutting out from the case. But this is a bit recessed, so you don't press it accidentally, because if you have this watch on your wrist like so and you go to press a light, you may also accidentally press the adjust button, so it's indented, or not indented, it's pushed in. So you can't just press it like that. You need to use your nails to press it in, which I'll do. And that brings us to the timekeeping mode. So by pressing this, you can reset the seconds. And then if I press mode, you can set, oh, look at that. Because this is a module which is seen even in $100 G-Shocks, you can't go back. There's only forward for setting the digits. In other G-Shocks, if you press this, it'll go forward, and this for reverse. But in this, you have to cycle through everything. So I'll just do that. You can either press it like this, or you can hold it down so it moves along faster. And there it says 24 hours. If I press mode, you can change the minutes. And then over here, I can change, I'm not sure what this changes. I'll put this in the video description about what this changes. And then we can change the month, the date, then I'll press mode again, seconds, that's it. Oh, now I got to know what this does. This changes the time from 24 hours to regular 12 hours. And then I'll press adjust again, so we can go back to the regular timekeeping mode and explore the 2 or 3 functions this watch has. As I said, this is the alarm function. If I press adjust, you can adjust it, or rather I can adjust it because you guys don't have the watch with you. I press mode, I can change the minutes. Press mode again. Oh, this watch has 5 alarms, 5 daily alarms with 6, 7. I'm not sure what this does. There are 5 alarms, okay. This is to turn it on and off. This watch may not be that feature packed, but it is a bit too complicated to use. Like for example, the DW-5735, it's very easy. Currently this watch doesn't have charge, but the operation is very easy. This button is to change the mode, and this is for reverse, and this is for forward, and it's very easy to operate, and this is the adjust button. But this watch uses the top right button for various settings, operation, everything. And this button is redundant because this is for the light, which is a bit confusing. And this is the timer. Again, to adjust it, use the top left button. And the top right button to set the time. Press adjust again, and then you can start it like so. It's a 1 second timer. That's the maximum you get, the maximum accuracy or the precision. Alarm, timer, stopwatch. This is how you start it. And then if you press adjust, it splits the time. Stop it like so. And then that's the split time. That's how you reset it. And yeah, that's it. Those are the functions, the settings, and the build quality of the watch, which has been covered so far. One thing left is the light. This is an EL light, which means electroluminescence. So the whole thing glows in green, as you can see. It has this very cool spread out or evenly distributed throw of the light, which is not typical of LEDs. In LED backlit G-Shock, so you can see these streaks running across the display. But one advantage of the LEDs is they last much longer than these EL backlights. But the EL backlight is much cooler and it serves the retro purpose of this watch. So I'll just put it on the wrist so you guys can see how it looks. It's a very, very good looking watch. It's, I would say, not for everyone because it kind of feels weird having this square in the middle and a circle all around it. This watch over here, this is another square. This is a full metal square. You can see that. The size comparison. This is slightly bigger, but the lug to lug is almost identical. And even the thickness, you can see. The thickness, this one is less. The full metal square is much thicker because of this bezel on top. Here it's very thin. So who is this watch for? I don't recommend that you buy this watch at all at its current price, because I got it for around $100 and now it's selling for about $250, and it's not even from Casio themselves. It's being sold by resellers or stockpilers who buy these watches beforehand and then sell them a few years later, which is not the way I would like to purchase this watch, because you don't get the warranty and you don't get the feeling of you being the first owner. And most of the watches, they've been used lightly, or even if they haven't been used lightly, the watch box, it may be in a condition which is worse than this. I got mine from Casio, but I got it at a massive discount, around 30% off, which is why I was okay with this. And it was the only model they had, the only piece they had from the 35th anniversary collection. And I got it just for the box and having a G-Shock 35th anniversary timepiece. An added bonus was the quality of construction. I didn't expect a $100 watch to be this well constructed. Like, if you go anywhere on the market, you can't find a watch which is around $90 to $100 which has a better quality of construction than this. Everything is metal from the case to the case back. It's a screw down case back which is locked in place, and to open it you need to have those special key type tools which watchmakers use to twist it and open it. You can't open it like so. I'm trying to open it. It's not possible because it needs a lot more torque. And if you want to change the bands, you could do that because there's access given on both the sides. You just need to use a flathead screwdriver to remove one side and then the other side, or you can use a special tool which grips it on both the sides. But yeah, this is a very high quality G-Shock, but it's not for everyone. In the off chance that you do buy this watch or have already bought this watch, then this is a very, very good watch, and I recommend that you hold on to it for a few more years because these are steadily going up in value, and it's being finally understood by G-Shock enthusiasts. It's a very, very underappreciated watch, but a very high quality and very well designed watch in the end. I just wish that it had a few more features to bring it up to date, because this whole part over here, it has enough space for tough solar. And even $100 G-Shocks nowadays, they get tough solar. And this is just not good, according to me. It's just not acceptable to be using the same module as you get in $60 or $80 G-Shocks. It needs to have at least tough solar to be worth $150 minimum. But now they're being sold for $300. So if you already have this watch, hold on to it. If you don't, you can buy the non-metal square, not the full metal square, or you can buy the full metal square instead, because in some places you can find these are being sold for around $400 as well. And the square version of this is being sold for $600 to $800, which is not as good as this. All you get is the G-Shock 35th anniversary logo at the back. But if you can find this watch for anywhere around $100 to $150, go right ahead and buy it. The way it sits on the wrist and the way it looks, no watch at this price point can match it. You can just see the quality even through the screen. Like resin, it's supposed to be shiny and scratchy, but this isn't. I'm scratching the resin here and hear it and see it. Usually you have, when you scratch resin, you get that shiny effect, but here I'm not able to see it. And it's very smooth to the touch. So yeah, those are the main features of this watch. The full metal construction. I'll put this down over here. So I am going to contrast this with the full metal square. Here you have a black iron plated caseback, and you have 3 lugs on each side because of the added weight. But in the case of this one, there are 2 lugs on either side because it's very light in weight. And this is how the two compare to each other. The full metal square has bigger buttons. This has smaller buttons, which pays homage to the original G-Shock, but progress shouldn't be stopped just for historical significance, according to me. Because these buttons could have been made a bit better, a bit bigger to press. And certainly this adjust button should have been made bigger, because even if you put your full finger inside, you can't do it. You have to place your fingernail at an awkward angle. If you put it like this, you can't press. You need to go like this and then press it to adjust the watch. But overall, this is an amazing watch. Both of these. And I think every G-Shock enthusiast should have a few squares in their collection. At first, I didn't like the squares because one of my first watches was a Pro Trek, which had the triple sensor. And my second watch and my first G-Shock was a Mudman. And that Mudman had a lot of features, such as compass, thermometer, and moon phase. And these watches, the squares, they don't get anything. Even the full metal square over here, this barely gets any features too. It doesn't get any sensors, and the only feature that I think is worth it is the tough solar and the Bluetooth. And you also get this handy reminder function where the whole display flashes in red twice if you've set a reminder. That's the only useful feature which I see in this full metal square. Other than that, a Mudmaster, a Rangeman, or a Gravity Master, all of these are much better suited for me because I'm someone who likes features, and these squares here, they do not provide much features. But what they do provide is style. Like if you go anywhere wearing a full metal square, you're going to get more attention than you would if you wore a Rolex or a Patek Philippe. And this watch is another conversation starter. If you go anywhere wearing a seemingly regular resin Casio, which looks like it would be around $50, you would expect that people wouldn't take notice. But in person, this is a watch which everyone takes notice of because of the golden screen inside, and just the sheer quality of the watch and the way it sits on your wrist. Like if it's a cheap watch, people will notice because your wrist, the way it moves will be different because of its lightness. But this is not heavy, but it's solid. It's heavy in a good way, not a bad way. And that sums up this review of the DW-5735. It's an amazing watch, but it's not for everyone. So be cautious if you plan on buying this. And if you do want to buy a 35th anniversary watch, I suggest you buy the square version of this and not the round square in which this is, or the Frogman. My pick would be the Frogman out of these three of the original gold series, because the Frogman has many features such as the moon phase and the tide graph and tough solar, and a host of other features such as the diving specific features in it, the log function of it. Even if you don't use it, it's just cool according to me, and it moves the game forward. But these watches, they hark too much on the past and they don't innovate much, especially the Caseback. If they're saying the original G-Shock had it, they could have improved it a bit more. All they've done over here, I think, is put gold iron plating and black iron plating, while the original G-Shocks were probably bare stainless steel in a silver color finish. So yeah, it's an amazing watch, but be cautious when buying this. And if you do have it, do enjoy it. It's an amazing watch, especially its design and the build quality. This watch is solid. And that sums up this review. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned in for more.